very early memory I have is that my dad took me to a CD shop when I was around, I think 14. He showed me this CD and he said, I think you're really gonna like this. And it was this beautiful double CD with this massive booklet, and it had a red LED light flashing. This CD or that release was or is actually called Pulse, and what it is a live recording of a Pink Floyd tour in the mid-90s. I think when I was 18 or 19 I didn't really know what to do at all, and I remember one night I was watching television. It was a late night program, so where they'd show some not quite so mainstream music videos. There were three things that caught my attention. One thing was Aphex Twin, Come to Daddy, followed by an Einstürzende Neubauten track called Sabrina, and then a song called Emerge by Fisher Spooner. Those three videos that were playing in a row really caught my attention, and I think out of that grew some kind of fascination or interest in trying to make sounds myself. The start of the project in a way happened already in 2006 when I met Ralf Beck in Düsseldorf, who introduced me to his studio, Urwald Orange, in Hilden near Düsseldorf. Off and on since then I would visit him in the studio because my family lives in Düsseldorf, so every time I'd be over for Easter or Christmas, I'd go there and have these recording sessions with him. And over years we would work on tracks and put together material, which got me more and more excited about working with studio gear. I will admit, I don't know whether because of being abroad for such a long time, coming back to Germany, this created some kind of interest in returning to my language, especially when it comes to writing lyrics, because I am inspired by German poetry and these fairy tales that I grew up with as a child, that my mother would read me from children's books and so on. So it's possible that this fascination or this interest in reviving those memories may have come back to me when I moved to Germany. I find it easier to express the images I have in my head in German just because of the way one can build sentences or create certain images. So in a way it came quite naturally to me, I would say. Die Wilde Jagd actually comes from a painting by Peter Nikolai Arbo, who painted Die Wilde Jagd, the wild hunt, which is this phenomenon that happened, according to legend, between Christmas and New Year's in ancient times, that there'd be spirits and people from the underworld that ride on horses across the sky and make a lot of noise. Everything inspires me, and yes, I sometimes see paintings or flick through a book and pick up on things that I think about when I create. But I would also not like it to be the case that one has the feeling that there's a very specific story or something that I absolutely wanted to express and have the feeling that people need to understand. I also like it when people can create their own images or movies or whatever you want to call it in their head when listening to music. That's what I like to do a lot when I listen to things.
Dumpfes Licht verhüllt den Raum, Feuer färbt das Blond zu braun.
There is this moment for sure when making music that is basically the moment that I do it for, is when you kind of forget about everything and you're just in that moment of complete concentration and creation. As many moments there are in a production process that I don't enjoy, because it can also be work, and it can be a very lengthy process to make songs or an album. But luckily enough there are many moments like that where I just feel that my brain or my mind is working on something that it's getting excited about and being creative. I now work since around 1.5 years with a drummer called Ron Davari. Playing live is in a way the reward for having worked in the studio for so long, I feel sometimes, because working in the studio is, I'm very usually by myself or very focused on certain ideas I have. And when you play live, there's always that element of an audience that's enjoying the songs with you. Live versions are always a bit influenced by the surrounding, the type of evening we're playing, just vibes and energies that are in the room. That's why it's always a challenge to play live, to be honest, because it's sort of always a mixture of technical conditions and also this atmosphere that always needs to be right, I feel, to be able to enjoy the music. That kind of goes away as soon as we start playing, because then it is what it is. I'm happy to always kind of go with the flow, and even when things are going a bit wrong, just try to incorporate that into the moment in a way. My name is Sebastian Lee Philipp, and I make music as Die Wilde Jagd since 2015.